Yeah. Now for my delay return, I used the mod delay before, and I basically used the same conversion of converting the beats, the beat per minute to milliseconds, or minutes, the minutes to milliseconds, and then dividing that by the BPM. But in this, now going over it, I now have the H delay, and a lot of people, if you have the H delay, you know it cuts out a whole bunch of different stuff. You have an EQ in it, on it as well. So what I'm going to basically do is the same. I'm going to play the vocal.
Ooh, Continental Crooks. I once was lost, but somehow I've seemed to find my way. The skies are so cloudy.
Right. The reason I'm turning it down is I'm going to be talking still. I want you to hear what I'm saying, but I want to hear what I'm doing when I'm shaping the vocals. So what I'm going to basically do is I'm going to swap out this mod delay for the H delay. And for anyone who have the H delay, you know it does all the maths and all that kind of stuff. You're just fidgeting with the modulation, the rate, the depth. You fidget with your filter to set your high pass and your low pass, and your wet and dry, you don't really just 100% wet, don't really bother to trouble that. Your output, if it's too much or not as much as you want, you can fidget with that bit. Now I'm going to say something, maybe, I don't know. There's a last knob on it that says analog, right? Off 1, 2, 3, and 4. What I have been experiencing is, again, because as I said, I'm going through the whole process. When I first used the H delay for various little different things, it's like it sounds cool, and then there's certain tracks I played it back and I could hear this little like a frying or a hissing or some kind of crap, and I can't explain, or I can't tell you how many different things I go through trying to figure out where is it coming from. I end up muting everything. I do a whole bunch of crap to find out it's coming from the H delay. And then I spent a whole bunch of time fidgeting with all the different knobs on it, trying to figure out, and then I realized it came from the analog thing. When I'm moving around this analog knob is when the frying sound either gets louder, softer, or completely disappear. So I don't know if that's what the analog is, a certain kind of sound. I guess that's what it is, because I think in all of the stuff that I was looking at, that's what the analog thing probably was. It has this little sound to it. I don't know if the sound is the frying thing. I don't really think I like it, because it sounds like white noise or whatever it is in the background of the record. But what I came across is, if you fidget with it, you can probably add more or less. Yeah? So boom. I don't know if that's helping anybody or whatever, but
the skies are so cloudy. Everything was quiet, but with every step I took,
right.
and every opportunity that I made,
I'm turning the delay all the way up, simply so I can shape it. I find that because I see things clearly, before I even sell it, on the H delay I'm using an 1/8 note delay, and I'm setting the feedback to around like 10. So that gives me, that's that sound. That's this kind of sound. The delay is not very far behind. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the depth to shape it a little bit or add a bit. On the depth, I'm only doing like 4. On the rate, I'm using 1. Now for the high pass filter, I'm cutting everything under 185, and for the low pass,
I told you from the jump I wasn't running the race. I guess that's why they try to come me out well. Look, I knew from the jump
I'm cutting down to 14, no actually 11,000 K, 11,000 hertz.
Entrepreneurship is biological, which means it's stuck to my DNA. I'm the 3rd generation at this. Should have known from the jump, yeah, I'm never gonna play.
Now if you listen to the vocal,
drop till it drip. I'ma get to the top, shoulda know this. Cause in time we're all gonna rise, and you're gonna sit in time.
you can hear like a little reverb and a little delay going on.
Cause I see things clearly.
Now because the H delay has the EQ on it, there's no need to follow the EQ like I did on the reverb channel. I'm just basically going to de-ess it. After de-essing, I compress it. Right? Now after I compress it, what I'm finding is the reverb and the delays and all these things, depending on how you want them to jump or when you want them to pop. If you then add a gate limiter kind of thing, where it basically holds when the main vocal is playing and releases when the main vocal pauses. So you basically, you already have that with the timing, but I don't know, it's something that I've done a couple of times and it sounds a certain way, so I'm just, you know what I mean, applying the stuff that I've done that kind of sounds, you know what I mean. Right, boom. So with all of that, we end up with the vocal sound.
I see things clearly. I was Ooh. ContinentalCrooks. I once was lost, but somehow I've seemed to find my way. The skies were so cloudy, everything was gray. But with every step I took,
Right.
and every opportunity that I made, opportunities turn to chance to turn to progress. Now I'm here.
Right, boom. I also have a chorus return, mod delay, chorus preset, and synthing it to match the beat, and you can fidget around with these knobs. I don't really fidget around with this one too much, unless I'm trying to change something, or when I select a preset, if it sounds more or less like what I'm trying to get, I don't really have to fidget with it too much. It's if I select a preset and the preset is not completely the sound that I want, then I'll fidget with it a little bit. But try to learn what you're doing before you start fidgeting with stuff. So the mod delay, EQ it, then I added a doubler, compress with the RVox, and for some reason I added on the chorus channel the vocal bender plugin, which I've also got when I got the Waves Tune real time. So I have like 3 versions of Waves Tune. On the vocal bender, I did a pitch shift 1 octave, up, and a formation shift 1 octave up. And there's like a modulation. Well, the modulation is not really on it, it's just showing me what it could be. But yeah, now what I was supposed to say is with the return, so the reverb return, the delay return, and the chorus return, I'm panning. So the reverb return is left and right is 75, the delay return is left and right is 81, and the chorus return left and right is 100. So I'm not panning everything 100 out, like putting them in their own space. So that covers the lead vocal and all the little processing effects. I won't have to explain the processing again because I don't know it was some processing on it. So now we have our lead vocal.